Cowboys at the Washington football team right now. This thing has moved. It is at 4.5 now in favor of the Cowboys, a total of 47.5, 48. Guys, I have bet this one. I did bet the Dallas Cowboys. I bet the Dallas Cowboys at 3.5, however, which is no longer available. What I will say is there's not a real big difference between 3.5 and 4. So other than, you're raising your push, you're raising your push probability here. That being said, I would still play it at 4 with the Cowboys. Here's the thing. I think Washington, and it's a fine story, and they've certainly looked a whole lot better here of late. But I think what we're really kind of missing with all of this is, listen, at the end of the day, they don't have enough playmakers here, I think, to keep up with the Dallas Cowboys scoring the football. And I understand that Dallas didn't look good last week as well. And I'm going under the assumption that another week is going to get Amari Cooper's lungs back and he's going to be able to run a full complement of snaps. And now you really do have that trio of wide receivers in this game, where the big weakness of this Washington football team all year long has been the secondary. I think they should be able to get passed all over in this game. And now the loss of Logan Thomas for the Washington football team, I think, can't be understated here. I like this team a whole lot better when I thought Logan Thomas was going to be out there, because he has kind of gotten to that point where he's kind of like that. I don't know, what would you call it? The
safety blanket?
Yeah, he's not Kittle or Kelsey, but he is definitely in that second tier of tight ends in the NFL at this point. And now that he's gone for the season, I just don't think that they have the firepower here to keep up with the Cowboys. And so I played it at 3.5. I don't hate it at 4. Steven, what say you?
I say this is the most expensive price that we've seen for the Washington football team at this point. If you're backing them at this point, you are buying high on Washington instead of buying low. I mean, this is a price that we potentially would have seen early in the season when we all thought they would be the defending NFC East champions, right? Like that, the situation has changed despite their recent 4-game winning streak. So if you look at closing lines, the market has this more of like a 6-point game on a neutral field. If you look at the recent winning streak for Washington, their defense is still 23rd and 20th in EPA and success rate in that span. Their offense is top 10 in EPA and success rate, but they've also had 3 of those 4 games against a Carolina defense, Seattle defense, and the Raiders defense. So in that same span, the Dallas defense, 5th and 1st in EPA per play and success rate. They also played a fairly soft schedule of offenses, but regardless, still ranked higher than what this Washington improved offense has done. The look-ahead line was Dallas -5. I'm quite happy to get a point discount at this point. I'm with you. I have bet Dallas -4 at this point. So I think when Dallas is healthy, which is this week coming off the bye, this is the healthiest, if I could speak. There we go. Off a mini bye here. I think it's a great spot. I think when they're healthy, they're one of the 7 or 8 teams that you can make an argument as being one of the best in the league. And we're back to that point now.
Brad, what say you here? Cowboys, 4.5 point favorites on the road at Washington.
I had a little tickle of the under here. Mm-hmm. I think the Cowboys stats are pretty interesting here. So since like weeks 1 to 6, Dak was in there. Obviously, they were, smashing everyone. Dak had that calf injury, sat out a couple of weeks. But since then, they've been 29th in EPA on offense. Now, there has been a lot going on. Obviously, Tyron Smith missed some games. The receivers have both missed games. So, I'm not suddenly thinking they're a bad offense. But I think it is also fair to say that Dak he's missed some throws that he wasn't missing in the start of the season. So there is some speculation that his ankle that his calf is still bothering him. And then on the other side of the ball, this Cowboys defense, this is fully fledged again. They've now got Randy Gregory, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Micah Parsons all back in there, possibly for the first time in months. And I think they're going to terrorize this Washington offensive line. It's been good, but I'm not sure they've faced a pass rush like this. And then so the stats on Dallas's defense, even before they've got these 3 back, 3rd in the NFL in drop back success rate allowed, and 4th in drop back EPA allowed. So, this is they're already playing like a top 5 defense, and now they're getting healthier as well. So I kind of think they shut Washington down. And then, as I say, they've not been playing like the Cowboys offense you might expect. So at 48 and a half on a sort of slow grass field, I thought that was a potential value.